Hi crafty friends, hey, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming. In this part 2 of our marvelous stuffed mason jars, we're gonna do this next step, which is all the embellishing, and I'm gonna show you some other options like this that are super duper cute. So in part 1, I showed you how to paint. This is just canvas drop cloth. Not canvas drop cloth, it's just canvas duck fabric. I showed you how to do this and how to do this one. And it turned out pretty dang cute. So I want to show you the embellishment and everything with the one that we worked on while we were live earlier. And then I want to work on a couple of others. So I have lemons and I have a feeling beachy one that are really cute. So let's just hop right in and get started. And don't worry, if you missed part 1, you can always click the videos tab and go back and watch that whenever it's convenient for you. It should remain on the internet as long as the internet is a thing. So it's not going anywhere. Okay, so let's work on this guy right here. And let me just roll up my mess here. Okay, after I was live with you, I came back and I cut out a backing out of unpainted canvas duck. I left an opening. I'm going to show you how to stuff it and then we'll embellish it. And then we'll do these other two, which are super duper cute. So the first thing you're going to need is just some polyfill or an old pillow, or if you're desperate and you don't have either, you can use scrunched up plastic grocery bags. And they work just fine. They're not as nice as using polyfill, but this, by the way, came from Walmart and it was $3.97, and it'll do a lot of projects. Okay, so I just used my hot glue gun to do a little band of glue all the way around this, and I left an opening on the side, and I'm going to show you how we stuff them, and then we'll do the next 2 steps. Should've left that hole a little bit bigger so I could get my whole hand in there easy. Anyways, you can stuff these as full or keep them as flat as you like. It's all personal preference. I'm going to stuff this one a little bit fuller than the first one just so we can see what the difference looks like. And on the first one, I'll just lay it right here while we're working, we used one of the bee stencils in the bee kind quads. Right there, and it's super cute, and we used black chalk paste, and then it was painted using just some craft paint, nothing fancy. I did a full coat of white, and then I painted the yellow stripes on it, and then I painted the lid gray, the top part, and then I added a little bit of metallic paint over the top of it so it would look like maybe a little bit like the lid of a real mason jar. And that was pretty much it. Easy. Easy, easy. Okay. I mean, we could continue stuffing this. I don't know. Should I do a little more? I think maybe just a little bit more. And I heard that lots of you guys said that you wanted to do the lemon stencil, so we'll use that on the one that we painted while I was live during the part 1 of this video. And then we'll do a beachy one, and I'll tell you how I did that. Okay, so I have it pretty much stuffed, and now I'm just going to use my hot glue gun essentially to close it up. And then I can trim up any strings or whatever I need to trim up here. Okay, I'm going to put a band of glue right along that line where I had it for the first go around and just push it down. And we need some more glue sticks. So what's everyone doing? I didn't say any of my normal stuff. Hey, thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have friends that you think would like these kind of projects, feel free to sprinkle. And that's basically it. I'm just laying down my links here real quick. And I added one more. I should have added two more. Oops. So sorry about that. Pin comment. Okay. I didn't get the feeling beachy thing because that just was sort of a last minute idea, but you can find it if you go to my website. Okay, so here's what we have, and I'm going to just trim up. Where are my scissors? I have so much stuff on my craft desk here, it isn't even funny. This is the funnest project, oh my gosh. And these come together really quick, and dang if they aren't the cutest thing. I mean, I really think they seriously are adorable. Okay, so this is what we have. Now I could not locate my craft wire, so we're just gonna use a piece of jute to create a hanger. And I don't remember where I purchased this. I've had it forever. It's DiyDreaming brand, which makes me think it's either Joann's or Michael's, but you can get jute cord everywhere. And I'm just gonna take a little piece of it and we're gonna glue it on the top of this. And then I'm gonna show you what we do to this part. So I'm going to just poke it in on either side of this and do a little hot glue, and that's all it takes. I mean, it's super easy. Okay, let me pull my camera down, and you guys feel free to ask questions. Give me some hearts and stars if you like this. All that normal good stuff. I'm not sure if I'll be able to part with any of these. They turned out so much cuter than I even thought they would. So I'm putting some glue in, and then I'm laying my jute on top of that, and then I'm gonna double glue it and just push it down. So it's glued in between the layers on the top here. And I think I can cut this a little bit shorter. What would be about even. Okay, and I didn't draw any of this stuff on this lid like I did with this one. And I think it really adds a lot to it. Can you see the difference? So I think we'll do that right now before we do the jute around it. It's easy. I'm just using these Magnolia chalk markers, and I did pin a link in the comments to it, but if you need that link again, just let me know and I'll get it for you. And so I'm just gonna do squiggle line, dot, dot, squiggle line, dot, dot, squiggle line, dot, dot, squiggle line. And they can be different. They don't have to be all the same shape or all the same distance. I do think it was easier to do this before I stuffed it, and I just forgot. I'm so excited about my project. And I think we're gonna have to wait a minute to tie our jute around this part because I want to let those markers dry. okay? So once it's dry, I would wrap my jute around the area where the lid is 3 times and tie it in a knot, and then I just made this little stacked messy bow using 2 different kinds of black and white. We have this buffalo and then a piece of burlap, and then I just tied the jute around it that was left over, and this is what you get. What do you guys think? Is that like some kind of adorable or what? Okay, so we'll tuck this one aside for a few minutes and let's work on this one now. All right, this one we painted while I was live, and I was out of the bright yellow paint or acrylic paint. So I used this Waverly, it's maize, M-A-I-Z-E, which is Spanish for corn. And it's a lighter buttery color yellow. And we use painter's tape to do our lines. I painted the top, the lid gray, and then I did a little bit of this sparkly silver paint over the top of it, and I sprayed it. This is important. This is what I'm finding, that you get a much better stencil impression when you do a clear matte sealer like this. This came from Walmart. It was like $3. It's Rust-Oleum brand, and it says 2 times ultra cover matte clear, seals, protects, and revitalizes. You get a much better stencil impression when you do that first. So, okay, and I thought that we would just do some lemons on here, and we're going to use part of the words that came in the truck add-on, which, where is that? Let's see, let me find it so I can show you, because even if you don't have the vintage truck, this is a super cute stencil set. It comes with fireworks and this word, freedom and fireworks. It comes with watermelon. It comes with pineapple with the little beach stuff, beach vibes, and then it comes with the word sweet summertime, which I cut mine apart. So it's a good set. And it's in the new section, the page with all the new stencils. And it's summer vintage truck add-ons, I think. Okay, so I thought it would be really cute to do sweet summertime sort of off to the side, tilted, like this. And then to randomly put some lemons, some little lemon slices on here. And I cut my lemon stencil up. You don't have to do that, but I thought it would make it easier for me to use the pieces that I wanted. Okay, so we'll do that. And I think we're just going to use black chalk paste again. So let me think. Let's do this part first. All right, and these stencils are, this one's brand new. It hasn't been used before. I need to label the back of it. With a Sharpie marker. This is so I will know which side to put my stencils back on, because believe it or not, that does make a difference. And I'm going to fuzz it using my fuzzing cloth right here, which is from Magnolia also, but you could fuzz it on a t-shirt, on a pair of jeans, on a tea towel, anything that isn't going to have too much lint on it. This just makes them so they're slightly less sticky. So who saw part 1? Tell me in the comments, say yes. Or yes, I saw part 1 if you saw part 1. If you missed part 1, it was all the basic stuff about making this and where everything came from. I encourage you to click on my videos tab and go back and watch it. Okay. Okay, so let's grab some black chalk paste. We'll do the lemons next. I'm going to resist the urge to keep going over and over and over this. And I'm just going to get it covered, wipe off the globs, and then stop. That is what I recommend that you do whenever you're working on something like this, like painted canvas duck cloth. Let's pull this one off and stick it in my tab. Perfect! Pulling off my excess. Super cute, sweet summertime. That's what that says. Okay, let's move this out of the way for a second. And let's get our lemons out. And honestly, I feel like you could do these wherever you wanted. Just looking to see which one I might want to use. I think I'll use this one right here. It's a long one, and then we'll add some more stuff down here. So this one has been used already a couple times, and I'm not going to fuzz it this time. And I am going to pay attention so I don't go outside of my lines, which is something that I can sometimes do. And I'm also going to get one of my paintbrush squeegees out so I can use that if necessary. Let's start with the edge where it could be possible for me to go outside of the lines pretty easily. You absolutely do not have to cut your stencil up if you don't want. I just did it because I felt like it was going to make it easier for a project that I was working on yesterday. And it's just personal preference what you do. Some of my stencils I don't cut up at all, and some of them I do. Just doing the edges that are close to bottom. Okay, let's come in. Where's my plate? If if you wanted, you could just do 1 or 2 lemons on this. You don't have to do the whole shebang like I am. It's totally up to you. Okay, let's peek and see how this looks. It looks super cute. Super duper cute. Okay, let's finish up the other side. I'll try to just be careful and work quickly. Okay, almost done. So what do you guys think? Do you like this concept? Is this a kind of a project that you would be likely to try? We are going to actually work on the MDF that was the pattern for this project. Oh, super cute. Super, super, super cute. I'll throw this in my little tub here. The water. So what I will do off camera is I'm going to put probably 1 lemon here, and I'm going to finish this area, and I'll do the little dots and dashes around it using my black ink marker. No, it's not ink, it's chalk paste, my black chalk paste marker. And I'll get this one all finished up and ready to go, and then I will stuff it and I will share pictures, and I'm gonna give these away. Let's do the next one, just because it's different. It's not yellow, and we're gonna do it with some different colored chalk pens too. So, move these lemons out of the way here. Get my hands cleaned up. Okay, so in between the videos, I made this project right here. And I want to tell you how. Doesn't this kind of look like one of those vintagey looking blue mason jars? It will when we're done, I promise. Okay, so I used this color right here. Matte finish. It's called Lagoon. It's Waverly. It was at Walmart. Isn't that a pretty color? And I just did kind of a dry brush, heavier around the edges and the bottom, and lighter in the center. And then I painted the top gray, same as the other ones, and I used the metallic paint. And let's do some, we're gonna do a little thing that says feeling beachy. And then we're gonna do some squiggles and do the top of this mason jar different using white and silver chalk paste pen. And we're gonna use white chalk paste for this stencil. So this is one of my brand new ones, and it says feeling beachy. Isn't that cute? Where did I put my Sharpie marker? Here in my pile somewhere. I have 1 or 25 too many things on my table. Okay. Here we go. always label the back. That's the first step. And after this was dry, I went outside and I sprayed it with that clear matte sealer. Okay? And since this is a brand spanking new stencil, I definitely need to fuzz it a few times. Okay, I did that 3 times. You could do it on your top, on your jeans, on a tea towel. And I'm gonna just do the words feeling beachy, and then the little waves below the word beachy and the little seabirds. I'm trying to decide how far over to go. Just a little bit further. Okay, good enough. So I'm using white chalk paste now. Then I need a little stir stick, and I need a new squeegee. Chalk paste feels like it could use a little squirt of distilled water. I'm the worst example of leaving the lids off my pots while I'm working. Okay, perfect. All right, let's actually just put some blobs on here. And we'll start with that. And hopefully the white on this will stand out enough that we'll be able to see it well. I think it will. Just a little bit more for this part. So if you guys end up doing a project like this, or anything even at all mason jar related, I would love to see pictures. And you could post those, share them with everyone over at Dreamy DIY. That would be awesome. That's that group that I set up for all of us to share pictures of our craft projects and ideas and stuff. And, oh, you can see it just fine here in person. I'll show you what it looks like. I might possibly do that shadow thing with it. Can you see? Feeling beachy. Okay, I want to use now the silver and the white pins. I have to prime this one because I haven't used it yet. It's brand spanking new. And these come with 2 different tips. This one's just the round tip. You can pull that out and put it back in, and it has a chiseled tip too. And okay, we'll do this one first. And I was thinking we would do some kind of lines and then add some silver lines in there too. I want to make this look like you can almost see the bottom of the mason jar. So I'm gonna do a swirl. And this one is bumpy because of the way I applied the paint on it. Can you see what I did there at the bottom? And now I'm gonna come back in with some silver. And that one needs to be primed also. Okay. I will get some close-up pictures because this is super, super cute and you really cannot tell just looking at it. Let's do some little dots here and there. Ambitious with that one. Right. And let's do some dots with that too. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see in 2 seconds because I know it's hard to see. See if I can get the right angle. Isn't that cute? Okay, and let's do the same thing on the top of this mason jar as we did at the bottom. There really is no right and wrong for what you're going to do here. It's just whatever strikes you. And there it is. Now let's move back to the one that we were working on right here. And let me just show you the final little steps with it. And hope. Yeah, it's dry. What was I worrying about not being dry? I don't know. Oh, I had done this part, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this jute cord. I cannot remember for sure where I got it. I think possibly Walmart, but you can get this kind of thing everywhere. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. And we're gonna go around the area where the lid starts and we're gonna cinch it up just a little bit right there. We can go around it however many times we want. And then tie it off to the side. Okay, now let's make a bow. Get a paper plate to work on. I just went to Walmart today to get some more of my Wilton cake plates, cake boards that I love to work with. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do this one just the same as this one, just for ease. You could add beads to this. I mean, really, you can dress this up or down. Oops. Keep knocking this over. Stand up, please. However you like. I don't want to lose this pin. Okay, so I'm using this Celebrate It Christmas ribbon, which is just like a burlap ribbon. And you could stencil it if you wanted. That could be super cute. And I'm going to do the little dovetails right now while I'm cutting it out. Okay, so there's one. Make another one the same length. I just like to use these pins to hold my ribbon, you know, so it doesn't come unrolled all the time. Okay, so let's do our little ends for this one. All right, and I'm just doing that crisscross bow that everybody does. You could also use some burlap ribbon. Should we do that? No, I think I want this to be focused mostly on the black and white. And let's do some of this ribbon, which this I think is Hobby Lobby ribbon. And every other week it's on sale. I went to Hobby Lobby this week and it was on sale this week. So I won't buy it until it's on sale there, until it's 30, 40, 50% off. And then when it is, I'll get a whole bunch. So what do you guys think? Do you like this project? I hope you do. I'm in love with it. I'm not really in love with it, but I do seriously like it a lot. If you're wanting to look at any of the stencils or chalk paste, I pinned the links right here. Or you can just say link in the comments if you can't find it, because I know it's depends on what kind of a device you're watching this on. Sometimes it is hard to see, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I will put the description of this in the description. I'll put the links in the description so you can find that. Okay, I'm building my crisscross here. We need one more layer. We'll use this one. And this one I think came from Home Decorators, or I don't know. I have such a hard time remembering where everything came from. All right, so I'm just gonna do crisscross, crisscross. And then I'm gonna use one of these in here. One of my little, oh my word. These are DiyDreaming brand also. They're just those little zip tie things, and they're very little. I believe this must either be, I think DiyDreaming brand is either at Michael's or Joann's. But you can use any kind of a zip tie, and they do have zip ties also at Dollar Tree. I would get the least obnoxious color that you can find, like not the bright orange or anything crazy like that. Okay, go in here. Once I get it on, then I'm going to twirl it around here to the back, and I'm going to fiddle with my bow just a second to get the lengths the way I want them before I tighten it. And then I'm just going to pull it tight and fan everything out. Sometimes you might have to trim your ribbon again after you do that step. And then I'm going to cut this off. And what I did with the previous one is I just tied this little piece of leftover string around it a couple of times. And then I just tied it in a knot and cut the little tails short. And there you go. Of course you could hot glue it on there if you wanted. But here is the second one all finished up, and here is the first one all finished up. And I do think that they turned out pretty darn adorable. What do you guys think? Hey, tell me in the comments, please. I'm not being bossy. Do you like the one with the bee or the one with the sunflower? That's what I would love to know. Which one is your favorite, the bee or the sunflower? I do think that these are going to end up being pretty darn cute too when they're all finished up. And when I get the back piece and get them all stuffed and fluffed, and this one's going to be adorable too. So that is pretty much all I wanted to show you today for part 2. I hope that you enjoyed it, and that I was able to show you that it's a really pretty, it has a lot of steps, but they're not hard. And so it's a pretty doable craft project. Let me lay these right here. If you want to take a screenshot of these, I have them sitting right here. Do some thumbs or hearts or something if you want to make sure that Facebook shows you what I have coming up for tomorrow and over the weekend and on Christ and Crafting. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Feel free to sprinkle. That would be awesome. And I will, let's clean up this last messy. I will see you guys, probably not again today, because I actually have house stuff here that I need to take care of. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for another easy craft that will be family, faith, or flowers focused, or mason jars occasionally. That are quick, that are super affordable. They're sometimes a little different. Yeah, and that you don't have to be an artist or an experienced expert crafter to do. Those are my kind of crafts. So I'm gonna let this run for just a second, and then I will say my final goodbye. And I will start this process of cleaning up my craft room. Holy moly, it's a mess. Mess, mess, mess. And then I'll hop off and I'll read all of your comments. That's my favorite part. Okay, I painted these with the underneath coat is chalk, is acrylic or chalk paint. It's paint. The stencils are done with paste, chalk paste. So although they both can have the word chalk in it, they're completely different substances. Paint is like what you paint something with. It's permanent. It might have chalk in it, or it might be acrylic, or it might be called craft paint, or it might be house paint, indoor or outdoor paint, but it's all paint. Paste, like this, is made from chalk, like what your teacher used on the blackboard. It's not permanent unless you spray it and make it permanent. And this is in a paste form, but it's the same thing. So it's not the same thing as paint. This is chalk paste. Just wanted to clear that up because I do get that question all the time, and I remember having that question myself once upon a time. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and thank you for the stars. See you later.